Hello guys, this is the continuation series of our course Public Economics and this is Unit 2 Market Failure and Government Failure. We have seen the direct democracy case. Now let's move on to the representative democracy. So as we have seen in the earlier, if the choices are single picked of each individual's elder and others and young parents all have single picked choice in their cases, then we are able to find the Condorcet winner, and the Condorcet winner is always this middle choice. So what the representatives or our MP or MLA politicians do, they try to execute a policy which is as close to as the choice of the middle voter. So this is called median voter theorem. So if the choices are like this, one group, then second group, and this is the third group, then this middle pick and middle voters pick is the median voter. So politicians will always try to execute a policy which is as per the median voter, the perfect policy, and this is how they will try to achieve the Condorcet winner position. But there is a problem in this case because the elections are not one dimensional, so there cannot be a single picked. Elections are not only contested on development cases, but there could be many other issues on which elections are contested, like election can be contested on religion, and for some person it's historical values, for some persons it's identity with the political party. So elections can be contested on different. So this is the violations of the median voter theorem assumptions, which assume that the choices are single picked and there is only one dimensional case scenario. In representative case, there is also another problem, which is political business cycle. But it says that the before election, the businessmen funds the election and political parties, and after the elections they get the favor from the ruling party because they have funded the elections. So definitely this political business cycle won't maximize the welfare for the society, because the government is favoring some business people because they have helped the government or the political party to get re-elected and funded. So now let's see the bureaucracy and inefficiency. Bureaucracy is a permanent set of officials, except for the topmost few bureaucrats. They may get changed with the new government comes into power. So the task of bureaucracy are first implement acts, laws or policies of the government, then formulate rules and regulations under the acts which were passed by parliament, and third is the implement regulatory and development roles through provisions of public and merit goods. So we see how the bureaucracy has problem with the maximum welfare of society. If this is the marginal social benefit and this is marginal cost supply curve, this is average cost curve. In a competitive market, the equilibrium level should be QE, which is the intersection of demand curve and marginal cost curve. But in bureaucracy case, they try to maximize the quantity and they reach up to the point where the average cost is equal to the demand, marginal social benefit. So in this case here, this is the marginal cost for the society and this is the marginal benefits. So marginal cost is higher than the marginal benefits. This is a loss to society, welfare loss. This area SRT is lost to the society. But because this increased in quantity where average cost is equal to the marginal benefits up to this level, they can justify their spendings and this quantity, and they try to maximize the budget, because if the quantity will be more than the budget they can demand is more. In bureaucracy, budget defines the power of the bureaucrats or that department. So they always try to maximize their self-interest, which is the maximization of their power and budget. So then there comes the regulatory capture and rent-seeking problem. What is regulatory capture? So suppose for an example, in telecom sector, a company raises hikes their calling service by 2-3 paisa. Individual customer, that hike is not that much, but as the whole company, the company will gain a huge amount because their customer base is huge. If an individual consumer goes to the regulatory authority and make a case against that company, that case won't be that effective because the resources the individual has compared to the telecom sector company, because the company is gaining so much amount that he can arrange better lawyers and make their case solid. Here the important thing is that the regulatory authority might won't have the required technological knowledge about the cost and the functions of the telecom sector, and it may be the understaffed. So it will give the judgment in favor of telecom sector because they have represented a solid case against that individual consumer. So this is called regulatory capture, where the regulatory authority won't have the sufficient technological knowledge or technical staff. Then there comes the rent seeking problem. Sometimes the policies can be so difficult or hard that economic agents they spend more time on unproductive activities. Like for the example of license and permit RAS, they were so difficult to obtain that business people were spending a lot of time on getting approval from different departments. So instead of spending their time on productive activities and quality of the production, they were spending time on unproductive activities like getting the license and all those cases. If the policies are so difficult, and then this gives a chance to bureaucrats to obtain bribe or make some money. This is called rent seeking, where the more time is wasted in unproductive activities than on the real production efficiencies. So that's it for the government failure cases, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you.